Smoker on the go. 12th visit, May the 10th. No idea where the time goes, but it's 3 o'clock. I thought I started early this morning, but yeah, it just seems to vaporise. Thought I'd do a bit of hoovering and housework before I brought you in. But I only got as far down as here, as the gate. Just because I thought I need to get on with things. I don't know whether bees go for buttercups, but there are lots and lots of buttercups here. I haven't seen any bees on these buttercups, and that's all coming to an end, but that one's just come out, the white one there. That white one's just literally come out. This has gone a pinky colour, which means it's just dying back. So we'll have a look at these girls. We've got the same routine as we did down at Apiary 1. We've got to see, there's a bee hovering around this, which is interesting, so I'm not sure whether that means they're hungry or not. But these we swarmed last week. This one we've got to see whether they want to swarm. That one we swarmed last week, so we're just checking there's still a queen there. Usual nonsense. So I'll just put my hood up and then I'll have a quick walk round. I won't go over the top of these, I'll nip round the front. Blimey. Yeah. They're either going to swarm or they want to. There's a lot of bees outside there, so we might have missed that. A lot of drone activity in there, coming to see if there's a queen to mate with. Lots of drones, lots of pollen. This one they might have gone already, or the queen might be in that bundle. We'll find out in a minute. Looks a bit ominous. That one, lots of drones going in and out. This one just starting to get to grips with things again. So I might start with this colony today, just because I don't want to get, even 20 minutes can make a difference sometimes, so I think we'll start here and see what we've got inside here first. Right, we know the other colonies can't swarm or aren't going to swarm. This one might be in the process of it, so we're just going to have a quick look in here and see what goes, or what is going on. And yeah, so I'll split them apart and we'll carry on. Straight. Yeah, that is heavy. So we'll be stealing honey from here as well, I think. 4 supers and they're absolutely rammed. Chock-a-block with it. So we might be taking a full super off here, I'm not sure yet. This box here, I can't really see that, I'll lean you back, hang on. This box here is the bent box, I need to replace that anyway. Let's just make sure that camera hasn't twiddled round. Anyway, I'll stop trying to describe what's going on and I'll just get on with it. Struth. Need to get rid of that box. Blimey. What happens in a week in beekeeping? That's chock-a-block as well. Struth. Something's come online. Bit of bridge comb there. Running out of space. Oh dear. Right, so we're going to have to rocket through these just in case and start replacing some frames as well. This can go if it hasn't got brood on it. A little bit of pollen. Yeah, that one can go. Give them some more room. Well, unless we've got to split them, of course. That's all stored with honey, so this colony might have swarmed already. Nothing in there. That's unusual for a brood frame to be full of honey. Grubs in there though. So they're out of space. They're either out of space or they've swarmed or they're just about to swarm. Lots of pollen and honey. Solid frame of brood. That could go downstairs. I'll make a little notch mark on there just in case. Bits of honey in there. A few cup cells, but they're not really queen cells. So I'm not sure at this stage. What's going on? More, that could go downstairs as well. Make a little mark on there. They're out of storage space for honey by the look of it, because they're storing it in this nest box, which is annoying. Full slab of brood. And again, right, that's all pollen and mix mash. So we need to remove some supers. They're just packed with honey. That's full of honey. Yep, full of honey. So that's all good so far. And one to be replaced, but no queen cells as yet, so that's interesting. What's going on here then, ladies? What are you up to? So let me see if you can see what's going on. Nope. It could be that they're just hot, and so they're what's called bearding. They're coming out of the hive because it's hot. Right, that's okay. So we could just split this colony anyway. just to quieten them down a bit. But there's no point unless you have to, in my view. But I might just do it just to calm them down. There's the queen. So she can just go in a box. I might just split them anyway. They look a bit. There is an argument, don't do it unless you have to. And that's how quick the blooming queens move. Look at that, she was on this frame, now she's gone. How do they do that? That's incredible. Just shows you, doesn't it? Ill prepared, and she's now either in the box and there's a sort of a queen cell there, but it's a nothing burger. Can you believe that? Fatal error putting that back in. She scuttled along the bottom or down the side, and we've got to try and find her again now. Oh. Yeah, queen cells along here. So we've got to find her now. There's a queen cell there. And I think it's got a grub in it. Look, there's a bee with its head right in there, so I can't see anything. I can't believe that she's just disappeared like that. That is so annoying. It's all pollen that needs to go at the edge. Right, I'm going to go quickly through here again. We might just spot her again. Can you believe that? You have the frame with the queen on it. 2 seconds later, gone. Oh, I don't believe it. I said, oh well, we'll just have to swarm her anyway. Look at all this pollen. The whole nest is just jammed with pollen. That needs to go up front. I'll have to take some of this out, I think. just way too much pollen. So we've got one queen cell, and a rowdy nest and loads of pollen. That can come inside because that is actually got brood on it now. And there's the blooming queen. Can you believe it? She's gone from back to front like that. Right. So I'm going to swarm this colony now because it's too risky. They're going to go anyway. That's heavy with something, sugar probably. That one can go. One of these pollen ones can go. No, that's not that one. That one. So now this lot are going to have to make do on their own. Where was that queen cell? Here. There's nothing in there though. I need a frame with eggs on now. I'm just going to have to look for some eggs in the light. Right, they've got some eggs. They've got some eggs on this frame. So I'm going to swarm this colony now. Just because they're probably going to go anyway. So I'll put... actually no, I'm going to put this back together as it was. Because there's not going to be a lot laying going on now. And they'll need the food. That's one with food on, so we'll rob one out of here. I'm going to rob one of the frames here on marked. This one. Right, I don't know whether any of you spotted this. Have any of you spotted this W? Sort of there, 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 and there. It's like a W shape. People think, oh, it's disease, but it isn't. It's actually where the wires of the frame go, here. You see the wires there? There's some little wires that run through the foundation, and it's that. So a lot of people will think that that's some sort of chalk brood or disease or something, but it isn't that. It's literally they don't, or the queen doesn't like laying eggs in those wire areas, and I don't know why. Must give off an energy or reflect an energy or something. I don't know. So in this colony we've just got to go and get the floor now. Right. Why do you lot always have to go on there? Right, so that's that. I'm just going to go and get the floor. Put the lid on here so the queen's in there. I'll just go and get the floor and get set up and I'll come back to it. Right, sorry about that. I've just split my gloves. The queen is now in that box on that frame that I took out of the little holding pen over there. These bees are a bit grumpy because I've pulled them all to bits. So I'm now going to nip up and get new gloves and a little door front for there and something else I've forgotten. I'll come back in a second. So it is sort of under control, but not really. Right, so I'm back, but clearly I've left these for a little while and they're not particularly happy. So we've got to divvy up the spoils now of who gets what. So this one's quite full. And I think I'm going to give it to this colony here that's swarmed. Because they don't know where any of the honey is. There's a good few bees in there who are now with their queen. This one we can put back on here. Yeah, they don't like it, do they? Right, so two boxes to steal honey from. One of which hasn't got any to steal from. Right, annoyingly I can't steal honey from any of those, so I'm going to put another super on here, a full one, and see what happens. actually I'm going to put the hive back together again, because they can't swarm now because they've lost their queen, so they'll just have to fill this up now. And I think we'll go at it next week. None of it's capped, so I could probably take it, but I'm not going to. They'll just have to try and make it up, and I'll just show you one frame from the middle. There. So there's lots of honey, but there's none capped. So if they still had a queen with them, like the ones down at Apiary 2, then I would put another super box on, but I'm not going to now. I'm almost going to force them to finish it. So that's it. There's bees everywhere. Do I give them another thing to go at? I'm going to leave this hive open, and if the others are okay and they've got plenty of space, I think I'm going to give them an extra box, because they're definitely in a mood. Anyway, we'll go down to the others now. I haven't got any of this set up here because I thought I'd concentrate, as you saw, on that one. And I'm glad I did now. So I'll turn off now, get this set up and the top one, and we'll go from there. Beekeeping, eh? Bet you thought it was going to be easy, didn't you? No chance. Like everything in life, everything's much more hard work than you think it's ever going to be. And this is welcome to beekeeping. This is the reality of it, I'm afraid. Right, so we're just going to have a quick look through here for this old queen now, who's 2023, and have a quick rummage through the other nest for the queen cells, etc., like we did at Apiary 1. See, that's heavy in there next door, so we might have to save some of those supers for the other one, or for this one, I don't know yet. We will see. That's got enough food in it, but it's not blisteringly full. I forgot my syrup. So these are a bit more lively than the queen down at the other apiary, so looks like she's started back in business again. Lots of bees being born in there. Grubs and eggs in there. Oh, you bugger. It was going to happen today, wasn't it? They're on edge. Right on the edge of my thumb. So, plenty of activity, but no queen yet. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Looking for somewhere to lay, so she is going for it again. There's a load of dodgy queen cells there. Just going to take them out. So we've got a queen. She's re-establishing herself. A few cup cells, but nothing to worry about. So somewhere for her to lay, and yeah, all good. Pollen. There's a bee being born there, look, just coming out. Can you see? So yeah, they're stuck in that nest frame with pollen, so she hasn't quite got going yet, but she will. And next week there's a frame there that looks like that one can go, but for now we're just going to leave them to it. It's quite a trauma for them. And I've been bitten once, so I don't want to get bitten again. Doesn't happen often, thankfully. Right. There's enough food in there to keep them going for a while. I have smoked these once, but I'll give it another go, just in case. Right, what do we need? Separate this. I'll come and see if you can see what's going on in a minute. Right, thankfully there is a fair bit of room still in this one. So that's one of the supers there I'm sure we can use. for that bigger colony up the road, give them some more space. I'll just see if you can see this. I have to walk. No, you can't see any of it. Right. I don't know who I'm being hassled by now, whether it's those up the road or this lot. But anyway, we're just going to check for any change of heart. There's a frame of brood ready to be hatched, so that will add to the colony. More brood. Empty frame with a bit of brood and another. That's a rubbishy queen cell there, but I daren't knock it out yet until I've checked this other one. But it will be going. That looks what we call an emergency cell. Yeah, look at that great thing. So yeah, that little baby one can go, as can that one, this one. That's a cup cell, that's a cup cell, so's that. So we've got one good cell there. And there's a, I don't know, they've moved this drawing pin on their own. Or I dropped it last week, I can't remember. So we've got one good one there, this one can go. See that little squat thing there? Rubbish. So it is worth going through them and checking. I don't even think there was a grub in there, so don't fool yourself that you've got a queen cell if it looks like that. Right, so there's lots of little tiny ones here. I'm going to knock out all of these, that one, and all of those, because they're all just junk. If that develops into anything, then the queen to be hatched. Oh, there's the other one there, look. So that's not a bad one. So in fact, all of that lot can go, because that's all just emergency junk. And they're close enough together for them to find each other when one's born. I've ripped another glove, I don't know how I keep doing it, but hey ho. Right. Pollen galore and drone frame, so yeah, we're just going to leave that as it is. So like Apiary 2, she's going to be born this week. So we don't want to be touching this hive other than raiding it for honey. So I will just put a queen excluder on here and shut this hive up. Always the way when you rush, isn't it? Nothing goes to plan. Well, you've got to plan anyway, but less so. Right. So we're just going to put this back as it was. Right, so there's a lot of honey there, but none of it's made. Change of gloves and we'll go up to the top colony. So here we go, just a quick check on this colony that we swarmed last week, and somebody's just come down to ask some honey and the bees have chased them, so they're obviously in a mood with everybody, not just me. So yeah, here we go. I'll give these next door a little bit as well. I think they're going to need some more room. I don't know what causes this. I know it's anxiety because it's swarming season, but this hassling nonsense. It might calm them down. They'll swarm that one next door. We'll see. That can hop with this one. Now there's a queen cell in here. There's the queen. But there's a queen cell in here, and I'm going to have to just destroy it for a minute. See why they've done that. Oh, it's a blank really. There's another one there. Anyway, she's in here, so we've almost done our job, but I'm going to check for queen cells just in case now. There's another sort of something one there, so maybe that maybe there's a problem. They've eaten through the side of that one. Maybe there's a problem with this queen. And we'll have to buy one in. This was one that came in brand new last year, so that's a bit disappointing. She is laying. We'll have to keep an eye on them. It might just because they swarmed and it's caught them unawares or whatever, I don't know. But there's a queen in there, that's the main thing. Does that have any eggs on it? Yeah. So we'll just leave that nest as it is. What's that done? Yeah, I don't know why they're so jumpy. We've got plenty of food, plenty of room, so I don't know. Right, rip my gob again. No idea what that's all about. So we might have to just put that last spare super on here. That's like that colony next door. Lots of honey, but none of it finished. So we're just going to check these queen cells. Oh, there's another one there. Well, there's another one there that I broke, and there's one here, two there. So I might have to move. They're quite good cells actually, so I might have to move them up next to the other ones. So I've robbed that drawing pin. That's now the nest. There's a couple of rubbishy ones here. They're going to go because they're just rubbish. Too many on there. So that one's a good one. That can go. That can go. That can go. All these can go because they're just rubbish. Horrible little emergency cells. That one's okay. No, 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 no. So I've just left one there. Here-ish. There's one good one down in that corner there. Oh, that was clever. Well, didn't damage anything, thankfully. But of course they love it when you do that. Oh, look at this lot. Just rubbish everywhere. I've gone mad, panicking. You just want 1 to 4 really good ones. These are all just rubbish, I'm afraid. They're just panicked and just built queen cells everywhere. And what you don't want is loads of queens coming out all at the same time, because then you just get cast swarms. You don't get a queen replacement, you get lots of little swarms all clearing off, and that's just no good for anybody. Right, so that's that. Need to push that there. I've got a good, that one doesn't look very good, so we'll take that one out. Right. That is that, thankfully. Glorious summer's day, and you would think that would be one of the most enjoyable experiences, but sometimes it just ends up being a fight. So I'm going to give these girls this one. Just to stop them feeling overcrowded. It's going to be good weather, so yeah, some of these combs are quite full of honey, but none of it's capped. Right, that's it.